Hi, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a little video, apologies for the fan, on basically living on a budget in your 20s. I want to, basically just give a few tips that I've learned over my 23 years of life, living in shared houses, being a student, etc. Some of them you may have come across, some of them you may not have done. Let's just go with just take what you want, leave the rest. That's what I always think. Sorry about squeaking. I do own two Siberian dwarf hamsters, I think. Siberian, something like that. Russian, something like that. So anyway, they fight a lot, but it's normal. So anyway, getting to the first one is your food cupboard. I've just gone through my food cupboard and I have to eat for the rest of the month on my current food in my house. So I've accumulated which I didn't realise I have enough probably to keep me going, and I might do separate videos on how I'm getting along with this, but I don't know. But I've got oats to last me until I get paid. I have to basically last 17 days until I get paid. I have a little bit of money left over, but really it needs to be the majority of the stuff I've already got in the house. Oats and honey and milk for breakfast, and I've got powdered potatoes. What are they called? Can't remember what their name is. Powdered potatoes, and I've got lots of rice, and starchy things are good to keep around the house. I find for an exciting thing, if I get bored and I want to basically get out of my environment and get some space to get some perspective on life and breathe, etc., I like to go on a bus fare day trip where you're welcome. Like, I feel like for me, I would usually get myself a drink, or, you know, I haven't got a limit. I feel like having an abundant mindset, if I can buy what I want, if I come across and I've got the money, something, and I want it, fine. But at the same time, like, I'll usually just end up getting like a drink or an ice cream or maybe something from the shops or whatever. But you're really, by the end of the day, only spending like not much more than a tenner usually, because you've obviously spent that money on bus fare, and it ends up being like a nice day trip out. I guess you could do this with a family if you had one as well. I've noticed in the pubs they sell £1 half pints, like Wetherspoons. I think, I'm pretty sure, the drinks in Wetherspoons are very cheap, but I'm pretty sure you can get a £1 half pint, I'm pretty sure, in some pubs, which, I mean, there's no excuse, really, to not want to go to the pub if you haven't got any money if there's £1 half pints, if you ask me. £1 half pint, it's going to last you an hour or whatever if you make it last. Well, not an hour, but you could have a conversation afterwards, I suppose. My fourth tip, Marie Kondoing the house. Because I'm having to do this, because basically I've had to sell a lot of my stuff, or I've wanted to sell some of my stuff for some extra money when I've run out of money at the end of the month, which doesn't happen often, but I have just bought this camera, so that's why. And basically, yes, I've had to sort of Marie Kondo without really realising it. I've had to just get rid of a few things that I wasn't going to use, but then there's other things like my guitars, for example, that I will not choose to give up, because I just like them and they will not be going anywhere, I will say. So Poundland Home Decor, always a good one. They do have some really nice bits. I don't know if there's anything I could actually show you right now, but they do have some really nice little bits and bobs, which do change all the time, and usually they're for someone living. You can really get some nice elegant bits even. Some stuff might not be to your taste, but there's a lot of variety of stuff where it's not tacky. Poundland these days is extremely good for home decor, I found. Maybe don't use everything from Poundland, but if you want a few little bits to decorate the area, I would say have a look in there. In terms of social events, always let the friends create the fun. I think there's a lot to be said for being in a house with some nice lights, you've cleaned up, and it smells nice, and you've got some nice food on the table next to you, and some drinks or whatever, but the friends should bring the fun, really. Like, you could have £1 million and have a massive mansion, but if you haven't got anyone to share it with, it wouldn't be as fun, I feel like. Not to say it's bad to have a massive mansion, I wouldn't say no. And also, if you haven't got any friends, I'm not trying to diss those people either, and there's plenty of ways to make friends on meetups and Bumble and stuff like that. Apps online, and also I found a lot of times people have just come up to me and started talking to me recently, so it's a nice refreshing way to meet people as well. I would potentially do it at some points, but I think it's just each up to the person if that's something you're interested in doing. So there we go. And my second to last tip, Primark clothing and charity shops. Oh, charity shops, I literally could not recommend charity shops enough. Charity shops are the be all and end all to my wardrobe at this point. I think pretty much 50% of my wardrobe has come from a charity shop, probably. I'm not 100% sure, and that could be wrong. It's probably not 50%, but like, charity shops, you cannot go wrong. It's not humanly possible to go wrong to a charity shop. So there we go. And also, I've noticed, this is something I'm going to start doing more, because I keep saying I will and I don't usually need to, but saving money at the beginning of the month for the end of the month has been something that I found quite good. And also doing the 50, 30, 20 rule, which is hard when you have a low budget, but 50 on necessities, 30 on things that you want, and 20 on savings as a percentage of your income, which I think I kind of do that anyway. I've noticed that even if I don't control it, these kind of rules do apply, and I just end up doing these things anyway. But yeah, I hope this has been somewhat helpful or entertaining in some way. But yeah, thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.